Hey guys, Ultra Raider here. I had a request to do a video on gemstones, and today that's exactly what I'll be covering in this little step-by-step tutorial. Really easy technique, really easy to learn, not complicated. I know there's a lot of ways to do it out there. I'm just going to show you what works for me for now. So first off, I want to show you how my technique, the end finish is. Well, the light sucks here. There we go. That's his one gemstone. Pretty good fade. Alright, and here's his baby brother, actually. Focus. Pretty good stuff. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do this. It is not that hard, but one of the first things I want to cover is brush technique and choices that you're going to need when doing these gemstones. So the first brush you're going to want, and I recommend Army Painter for this level, scale basically, is your Army Painter, let's see, what does this say? Detail? Yeah, Warhammer detail brush. So this is going to be basically our base coat brush. Focus. Okay, this is our base coat. What we're going to be doing, I painted on a little sample gemstone, larger for everyone to see the technique. We're going to be filling in the base coat color with this size brush. Alright, so let me change out my batteries and I'll be right back. Okay, batteries in. Now, a lot of my videos cover the use of a wet palette. As you can see here, my top is actually, what in the world is going on with this thing? There we go. My top is actually torn off, and there's a reason, because it just gets in the way, and I don't want water staying in there over long periods of time anyway for mold, so I've just torn my top off. Now what you want to do with a wet palette is just have a basic glass of spare water here, your water for your brushes cleaning, and we're going to pour some in. Alright, here we go. And you want to get it to where if you push your finger down, you get that just barely surface tension going on at the top. Where it pools, and it comes right up, kind of like quicksand. That's what you want. Okay, so we got our wet palette here. And then, I'll just put this down. We'll take our paper that it comes with. I love this kit. You get a shit ton of paper. You want to lay it down flat. You want to hold it there for a couple seconds. You want to immediately flip it over. You gotta be quick, it starts to curl with your fingers, and lay it down as flat as possible on the other side. And smooth it out evenly. Pull it. Sometimes you gotta fight with it and push all the air bubbles out so you get a nice surface. There we go. Let's take a look at that. Nice surface. Okay. Alright. Now, we're going to work with just two basic colors here. A lot of people say, oh, you need this color, you need this color, this, you know, do all this, you know, different scales and sizes. No, we're going to do two colors. That's all you need. You need your basic color that you want. Today we're going to use Enchanted Blue, and your highlight color of white. So let's get going. Alright guys, we're back and the first step's been done. Now, I've also done a side-by-side comparison on just the plain white part of the of our little sheet of paper here to show you exactly how it looks. Well, exactly what's going on with the effect if you can't see it over our black sample. So what I've gone and done is I've created a glaze. Now, a glaze is about 30 parts water, 1 part paint. So it's basically like just colored water. And what you want to do is, for the start of your gem, because we're base bluing, you're just going to pull it down and let it pool into the beginning, the bottom part of your gem, where you get this fade from your black going down. This isn't actually how dark your gem's going to be, but you do want that that basic hue appearing over the black of the gem. So as you can see, this is what I've done exactly on just white with the glaze. Now I started really thin and let it kind of pool up to the base, dragging it so it's very thin up here and very heavy towards the bottom, because this is where our light source is going to be going. And as the light is refracted in a gem, you always see the color form at the opposite part at the bottom. Okay, so let's move on to step 2. Alright guys, step 2 done. What we've done is we've just gone ahead and grabbed your basic Enchanted Blue. This is non-mixed, straight out of the pot, and just a little bit right on the wet palette here. Your wet palette's going to be moist. It's still pretty damp on the top, that's why we flip it. So we have a lot of material to work with, and it won't dry. I love wet palettes. Anyway, so what we've done is, as you can see on our white pad detailing the work, we've just put enchanted blue on the base, and it's going to fade in. If your original glaze is still a little bit wet, this helps you out. You don't want it really wet. You just want if it is a tiny bit damp, this does help you out. I don't recommend doing this on purpose, but in this case it did, and the edges kind of blended in together with the glaze that we had. If you notice, I brought this little rim of pure enchanted blue here simply because it really lets that shadow contrast come out, also bordering the shape of the gem. Okay, so pure enchanted blue going over further, and now we're going to mix in some white. Be right back. Okay, so step 3 is done. We were adding our highlight color, just mixing in a little white. Now, for the actual gem itself, we want to mix it in with our glaze. So what we're doing is just like step 1, we're pulling that highlighted white, whited mixture, I'll give my pointer here, mixture towards the edges. And by the way, you're not going to see these streaks on your actual model. This is just because it's on paper. But you're going to pull that highlighted white towards the edges this time, and just a little bit more on the top. And as you can see on our white paper sample, we've done the same thing, so you can probably see it better. Alright, so what we're going to be doing now is taking more white, brighter, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing, just go on a smaller scale, right? Yeah, bringing it out, pulling that mix up. It's a little damp. That's why I love wet palettes. A little thick there. We'll be pulling that mixture so it mixes better with our wet palette. As you can see, we're getting a nice fade, and just keep doing this over and over. Further and further down you go. Fade in, and I'll be right back with the final step. Alright, we're just about done, guys. So I wanted to show you the brushes that I'm using for the final step here. These are Winsor Newton Series 7, 00, and 000. So the more zeros, the smaller the tip. Remember that. That's what she said. Anyway, so what have we done? We've added a rim. Now this rim is very important. This is what's going to give you your ultimate sense of depth. I've added an almost pure white mix of our enchanted blue with a little bit of blue, rimmed it, and then I've added a small dot of white here. And some people do 1 dot, some people do 2. I like to do 2 of pure white here and then 1 here. You want these to be opposite. So if your edge ultimate highlight is on this side, you want to put your dot on this side. And that is about it. We'll have one more shot of our finished product on an actual model, what that gem's going to look like with that technique. You notice how that glazing really pulls the blend well, and our fine detailed edge highlighting there, and there you go. Actually, you know what, we're not done. Let me pull out one more trick. Be right back. Okay, so the mystery step that I forgot for some of you aficionados out there, I did apply the Ard Coat. Now everyone else can do this. I do recommend it. I forgot, don't know why. So this is Citadel Ard Coat. It's a gloss varnish. I don't know if they make it anymore. All I know is that it tastes really bad if you don't wash your brush off properly and give it that fine edge in your mouth when you put it away. Got some in my mouth. Anyway, so here's what it looks like on the gem. It just adds that glass effect to your gem, and I really like that finishing touch. Now this stuff does like to dry in its bottle a lot if you're lucky enough, so you want to mix a little bit of water on it with your palette. I also recommend doing a thin coat, as the natural hue of this stuff is a light blue, so it can be seen if you use too much of it. But as you see it now, that's what it looks like if it was dry too. So even though it looks wet, it is actually dry. Anyway, you guys have a good day. This has been Ultra Raider. Visit my blog at thebrushandbolter.blogspot.com and subscribe. Thanks.